football other than the one Hail Mary. You got to give Florida State credit. They came out in the second half and surprised on sides and got a little momentum and were able to respond and just keep the lead to where we needed it and get some stops on defense on fourth down. So, looking forward to getting home, hopefully get as healthy as we can get and get ready for the next one.
One word we used talking about this team all year is maturity.
Yeah.
How mature are the guys that Florida State get momentum and kind of take it right back?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time this year that, somebody's tried to come back in a game, I mean, that's just football. So there's no flinch. I think it is a mature team, and I think having a very poised quarterback helps you in scenarios like that. It was great to see different guys score. I mean, and CJ Riley score touchdown, big play for him. Ricky Person on the screenplay, and I thought Derek Eason had an incredible block on that play, fired me up, and Chris Tootle made a great catch, and then Trent Penix again, sparks us on a naked. So it was really good just to see other guys because they were keyed in on him that day. It was hard for him to get open tonight. They had him impressed with the safety over the top most of the night.
Can you talk a little bit about, in that same thing, Porter Whip's career 5 catches,
Yeah.
His part in the offense tonight?
Well, yeah, I think just, testament to Devin finding the open guy. Porter took advantage of an opportunity and did some good things, he was targeted 6 times, had 5 catches. And so that was great to see. I think that's what makes a good football team. Like if they're going to take away option A, you've got to have B, C, and D. And right now we're able to spread it around to a lot of different people. So that's good to see.
Especially compared to the strong start in the first half. Defense kind of came into a slower start in the second half, especially off of the onside kick. How pleased were you with their response to kind of, reverse that course, lock back up, and secure it?
Yeah, well, they won the third quarter. They got some momentum. They made some plays, and you got to give them credit for that. Quarterback scrambled around, made a hell of a throw into the end zone to get him a touchdown. And, it's Florida State. They're going to make some plays, But the guys, found a couple solutions in coverage. They were picking on our open side corner a little bit. We started rolling up over there, taking that away, and forced them to have to really play dink and dunk. And they didn't, want to do that when they were down 2 scores. So Coach Gibson made some nice adjustments, and the kids hung in there.
I know it's always important, but Trent Gill pinned 5 punts inside the 20 tonight,
Yeah.
A couple really close. Just in a game that was tight at times like this, how important was he tonight?
Yeah, I mean, field position's a great friend to a defense. 90-yard fields when you're a defensive coordinator are nice to call the game in. And Trent's a weapon. He's really, really kicking the football well on kickoffs too. And this isn't a one-time thing, as you guys have seen. This has been multiple games this year. So he's flipping the field too. He had a bomb, on one of those punts. And so we're very fortunate to have specialist crew that we do right now.
Did you prepare much for Mackenzie Milton? Did you
No.
have idea?
We had no idea. We worked on quarterback run game all week, So, yeah, they did a nice job of not getting that one out in the news. So, yeah, I had no idea we were going to be playing a throwing quarterback instead of running quarterback today.
What does it say about your staff and your players ability to adjust
Yeah.
their own game day on the clock?
I think it says a lot about the kids, and that's one thing I like about our defensive scheme. It's flexible. There's a lot of things Tony can do to add guys or pull guys out of the run game. Different inserts with the safeties, corners, using Tanner Engel in different places, and packing the box, spreading it back out. The 3-3-5 gives you a lot of variables. So when it becomes a passing game, regardless of who the quarterback is, it's not hard for us to adjust that way.
So kind of a big game next week.
Kind of.
I suppose, maybe a little understated.
Yeah.
How ready is this team for the opportunity?
Well, we'll find out next Saturday. I mean, I know we're excited about playing those guys. I'm going to enjoy this win. If that's okay with you. And we'll talk about Wake Forest on Monday. It was a hell of a win today. So I'm excited about that. I don't know how many times NC State has beaten Clemson and Florida State in the same year as a program. But that happened this year, and I think that's pretty good. When you look at those 2 programs, what they spend on football, their budgets, what they spend on their staffs, what we just did, I think it says a lot about what our program's doing. So I'd rather focus on that than who we play next week.
Trent Penix, when we talked to him earlier this week, he had a quote. He said, you tell them that we have the pen and we can write our own story.
Yeah.
And the guys always talk about 1-0, 1-0 each week. It seems like they're taking both of those quotes to heart with each win and
Yeah.
each victory.
Yeah, I told him that after we played Miami, you know, that we truly are writing a 12-chapter book right now, and the pen is in our hand. We are the authors of the story currently. We don't need anyone else's help. And whatever we put down every week is what's going to be in there, you know, and each week's a new chapter. And this was another one. And so the guys have really embraced that. And one of our goals in the preseason was just staying in the moment, you know, being a 1-0 football team, not making too much out of another team. Like, oh, it's Clemson week, bro. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's the next team. And they've embraced us not beating us as much as they have who we play each week. And so I think that's helped our team, you know, stay in the moment and be better, more consistent.
feel like definitely are getting better each week out there. How much does confidence growing each week?
Yeah, you'd have to ask Devin. I think he's managing the offense really well. He's making smart decisions. He's taking care of the ball. He's giving his guys a chance. You know, and every time you win a game, I think he grows, probably for any player. And when you make plays, it grows. And the thing I like is he's not getting cocky. He's not trying to force throws because he's having success. He's still going through his progression, running when he has to run, burning it when he has to burn it. You know, he's doing the right things you want at quarterback. And, you know, 314 yards, 4 touchdowns, that's a pretty good day.
Talk about Trent Penix development as a weapon.
Yeah.
But then, you know, Porter Rooks, Chris Tootle, and CJ Riley, like, see, Emeka, Devin, and Thayer Lane already got 50. You guys still won by 2 touchdowns. But how big is that for Devin to find these different weapons each week?
Well, I think it says a lot about the guys seizing the moment. You know, the guys that had opportunities, they took advantage of them. And you know, Devin doesn't care who he throws the ball to. He doesn't. I mean, and he trusts these guys. We wouldn't put him on the field if he couldn't, you know. Keon Lassaine's another guy didn't make a catch tonight, but he's made plays for us, you know. So we've got some good weapons for him. Anthony Smith's another guy, you know. So, and there's some good wide receivers in that room. And the thing you like is that they don't get frustrated on sideline and pout. You know what I mean? They're still cheering their guys on. They still know that there's plays to be made.
Yeah, then of course where you're losing half your starters on defense, basically the injuries, and you're still holding them to 2 of 16 on third downs.
Yeah.
You ever been a part of something like that?
No, and I hope I never have to be a part of this many injuries on defense either. I mean, these kids are amazing, first of all, so they deserve all that. But, you know, if you would have asked me at the beginning of the year to list guys you can't lose for the season, we'd start knocking out these names, right? But the guys that are playing their butts off, you know, and the guys that were playing before that, like Tanner, who's in the room, they're playing as good as they can play. And that's what, you know, you not only fill the void of a good player with the next player, the guys around that player have to play a little bit better, just a little bit, you know. And if the other, in this case, 10 guys play, you know, one guy out of every 10 does just one more thing, you know, that growth that you're having on defense makes up for who you're missing sometimes. And I think that's what you're seeing right now. And, you know, Josh Pierre-Louis gets to start tonight and he gets an interception, right? Conti goes in, Savion's down, he gets a sack. You know, Devon Betty goes in, makes some plays. You know, I think that's what you're getting. And I think Coach Gibson deserves credit for the chemistry that he's created on the defensive side of the ball. These kids understand what he wants. They know how to do it for him. And they got a mean streak about doing it, you know, and I love that.